Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Justin Betty. Earlier this week, the Wisconsin State Supreme Court officially ended the state's mask mandate, but many health officials think it may have happened too early. Newswatch 12's Georgina Fernandez joins us now live in studio with how some officials are taking matters into their own hands. Georgina.
Justin, this past week, the state took a big step in their vaccination rollout, allowing residents 60 years and older to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. However, while health officials say we're going in the right direction, they're still warning that slipping up on practicing those CDC recommended guidelines could prolong the state's fight against the virus.
We're in the fourth quarter. We've got 2 minutes left in the game, but the score's pretty close right now.
The Badger State is soaring in COVID-19 vaccination rollout, being the top 15 states in distribution. But health officials are warning that a lack of mask wearing could be giving points to the other team.
It's not time to let our guard down. It's not time to coast. Things are looking good, but if we don't hold the line, we could really mess this up for ourselves yet.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court dropping the state's mask mandate on Wednesday, leading some local governments to take actions into their own hands. Portage County issuing today their own mask mandate. While in Forest County, Granite School District announced they're no longer requiring students to wear masks to school, despite their county's health department advising not to put masks away yet. The state has seen varying cases of COVID-19 nearly double, according to Wisconsin DHS. Health officials warn that these new variants of COVID-19 are more aggressive and can spread faster.
You have other people who are, cheating a little bit. They try to do a good job, but there's periods of time where they go hang out with some people or they're close together. And over the last year, they've gotten away with that because regular COVID-19, didn't infect them. It wasn't quite as contagious. Now with these variants, they're much more contagious, and things that you might have gotten away with over the last year, you won't get away with this time around.
Health officials are warning now that fourth wave is possible if precautions aren't taken.
As long as we wear our mask right now, we stay distance, and we don't cause a spike in COVID cases, you'll see a gradual return to normal over the next several months as vaccination rates increase.
For those who are unsure of what their individual county's mask policies are, you can visit your individual county's health department website for more information. Justin.
Thank you, Georgina. Outside, Jeff, we're gearing up for a warm weekend.
Yeah, the weekend is here. The sun is out and temperatures back in the 60s as soon as tomorrow. In Plover right now, look at the beautiful sunshine. The fountains turned on for sure, and we have a great looking weekend on the way. Outside now, it's 48 in Rhinelander, 49 for Merrill, 52 for Wausau. So it's comfy, but we're just getting started as we have warmer air on the way, 60s tomorrow and for Easter Sunday. Look to the west of us right now, 80s across the plains. No 80s for you anytime soon, but still 60s tomorrow, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as well. There's a little band of clouds coming through right now. It's not really a big deal at all. It'll make for a beautiful sunset tonight, and then tomorrow, looking at mostly clear skies again, meaning plenty of sunshine all day long. Your forecast tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, not as cool, with low temperatures down near 33. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. Today, U.S. Capitol Police say an armed attacker rammed a vehicle into the north barricade at the U.S. Capitol, striking 2 officers, then got out of the vehicle brandishing a knife, ran towards officers, and then was shot and killed. This, by the way, the authorities have identified is the Capitol Police officer who was killed today. His name is William Billy Evans. Authorities say Evans had served the Capitol Police for 18 years, was a member of the Capitol Division's First Responders Unit. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered flags flown at half-staff this evening in honor of Officer Evans. Wisconsin state legislators met with State Attorney General Josh Kaul this week to discuss a renewed push to close what they're calling the gun show loophole. Right now, background checks are required on most firearm purchases in Wisconsin. Governor Evers has introduced a proposal to require background checks on all firearm purchases.
The people of Wisconsin know that those who skirt our gun laws using loopholes are doing a disservice to responsible gun owners everywhere.
Advocates say with the pandemic, it's caused increased social isolation and stress, and it makes some people more prone to committing violence, adding to the urgency. Kaul says he wants the state to keep improving its situation moving forward.
We can't go from defeating the pandemic and escaping that crisis to going back into the epidemic of gun violence. We need policies that are going to make our communities safer.
Call says criminals who are otherwise barred from owning firearms can exploit loopholes to avoid those restrictions and buy guns. Most Republicans are opposed to any legislation which increases gun control, believing it only really makes it harder for people to attain guns legally, and are unlikely to include this proposal in their budget plan this summer. Recently, a Wisconsin legislator introduced a bill also banning trans students from participating in women's high school sports. Today, the candidates for Wisconsin's top educator's office gave their takes on that issue. Deborah Kerr and Jill Underly spoke at a virtual luncheon today. Kerr claimed allowing trans women is unfair for everyone else.
And I want to play against other biological women and girls. I don't think it's fair to have competition that does otherwise.
Jill Underly called Kerr's statement transphobic, said she opposes this proposal to ban trans students from sports.
I do not support the bill, is what I want to say. I support girls playing girls sports because trans kids are kids.
The Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association requires male to female trans students undergo 1 year of testosterone suppression therapy before participating in sports. The election, by the way, for state superintendent is this coming Tuesday, April 6th. Job growth skyrocketed last month, according to the latest Labor Department report. It shows the U.S. economy added 916,000 non-farm jobs in March. That is much better than the 675,000 they expected. The national unemployment rate also dropped slightly to 6%. Most analysts credit the stronger economic growth to an aggressive vaccination effort, with companies optimistic about the potential end of the pandemic sooner than later. Well, yesterday we spoke about one referendum on the ballot in Oneida County regarding funding of infrastructure. Today we'll look at the second referendum's idea, also to increase infrastructure, but in a different way. But first, we'll take a look with Jeff in the full forecast for your warm Easter weekend. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
I think my teachers are really awesome. They're just so nice and willing to help with anything we need.
What I think everybody should know about the RVA is that it's not what you might think of as a typical homeschooling experience. It's very challenging.
Most people think that you don't get to talk to people if you're homeschooled, but it's the opposite of that.
It's flexible, but it offers each kid a chance to excel in subjects that they're good in, and it gives them extra support in the subjects that they need help in.
The RVA has changed my life by helping me prepare for college and encourage me to plan ahead for life.
Keeping your family close together in your home these days are important. Let us remodel your kitchen and bath. Kitchen Bath Mart specializes in complete remodels for the past 35 years. From design to install, we'll take good care of you. Stop in or call us today at Kitchen Bath Mart. We're your #1 choice in kitchen and bath remodeling. Highway 70 East in Arborvitae.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center's biggest sale ever and receive free carpet installation, along with an additional $300, $600, or even $1,000 of savings on all flooring products and sale prices. That's right, free carpet installation and an additional savings of up to $1,000 on top of the sale prices. See why contractors and designers only choose Carpet City Flooring Center for their flooring needs.
Our prices will floor you.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Hey, Culligan. Our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
There you are. Welcome back, my friends. The weekend is here. It is now safe to use your outside voice, just like she is. Get out there and yell a little bit if you have to, relieve some stress. It's going to be a great weekend for that outside. Also this weekend, tomorrow, or today is 4/2/21, right? But tomorrow is 4/3/21. So we can all geek out there for a second. It's the final countdown, 4/3/2/1. Okay, so our fire danger is high again. This is becoming a thing. Low humidity, kind of high winds, lack of moisture, and the vegetation is not really grown in yet. So if you're burning at all, please be careful. Get your permits and try to kind of postpone it for now if you can until some wetter weather gets in here probably later on next week. For today, though, lots of sunshine and a bit of cloud cover out there right now. That's just going to decorate the skies tonight for a couple hours. We are in for mostly clear skies overnight tonight and plenty of sunshine back in the forecast tomorrow. And check out these temperatures. It's 48 in Rhinelander with a south gusty wind, though, at 16, and the dew point there, 14. This air is just like Phoenix desert air right now, very dry, sucking the moisture out of all the vegetation out there right now. Okay, over in Wausau, 52 for you, a southeast breeze at 17. So again, very dry and very low dew points out there. Around the Horn, we're hanging out near 50 pretty much for everybody. 52 over Vida, 50 Wapaka, 50 in Marshfield, 54 Eau Claire. The yellow area, is moving our way for tomorrow. We should firmly be in the 60s for highs tomorrow. Look to the west of that. Sioux Falls, 72, 82 North Platte. No 70s or 80s for you just yet, but tomorrow 60s and probably lingering then through Sunday, into Monday, into Tuesday, into Wednesday, and maybe a bit of a cool down next week, Thursday and Friday. The average high is 45. We'll be well above that for as far as the eye can see right now. And if your eyes are kind of getting itchy and red, the tree pollen is creeping up there. This will be a thing getting into the spring. Next up is grass pollen, by the way, and that's probably still 2, 3, 4 weeks away for us across Northwoods. Looking outside now, though, there's that little band of clouds across northern Wisconsin. This is quickly pushing to the east, though. Behind it, lots of clear skies again. So it's going to be a sunny day for us tomorrow and mostly clear skies for us tonight. And to the west of us, lots of high pressure pretty much everywhere. Much of the country now uneventful for the whole Easter weekend. It's going to be a nice one this year. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, still a bit breezy, low temperatures down near 33, with a south wind that could still gust near 20 overnight. For tomorrow, it's Saturday. Look at this, mostly sunny, really nice outside. Highs reaching for mid-60s tomorrow with a southwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture Mattress shows more clouds on Easter Sunday than today for sure. And then a bit of rain showers on Monday. We'll get a break Tuesday before a slow-moving system gets in here Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. As Jeff mentioned, the entire state of Wisconsin is being listed at very high fire danger right now as we head into the Easter holiday weekend. The DNR and National Weather Service say they are paying close attention to the areas most at risk. They also ask you avoid any outdoor burning, including limiting the use of campfires and making sure to extinguish and dispose of cigarettes properly. There have already been more than 200 wildfires reported in Wisconsin just this year, burning over 450 acres. It remains dry right now. In the upcoming spring election, there are 2 questions on the ballot for Oneida County residents. One asks if you're in favor of increasing property taxes to help fund local infrastructure. The other, also related to infrastructure, asking you to cut $500,000 worth of local programs. Luckily, all the local departments say they are able to pitch their ideas during annual budget meetings.
We have all of our departments come and explain, what their budgetary needs are, if they've been asked to make cuts, where they're going to make those cuts from.
That's Stephen Schreier. He says he believes the county could have found an alternative to having 2 referendums. Oneida County Fair Coordinator and City Council member Tom Barnett thinks the county has no choice, but says it's a tough decision. Ultimately, he says it's up to the voters.
Obviously, the voters are going to speak when they go to vote, and I think it was actually a good thing that they put up 2 options in a referendum as opposed to just saying this is what we're going to do.
The ballot question of cutting county programs is non-binding. That means it'll only inform the county board on what decision to make. They don't necessarily have to follow what voters want. 1 week now into the Derek Chauvin trial, we're hearing some testimony from a veteran Minneapolis police officer. We'll hear his testimony today, as well as his thoughts on the use of force in George Floyd's death after the break.
When you call a company other than Maher Water Corporation to service your water treatment system, do you really know what or who you are getting? Many companies just measure you up to do a bang-up job, then charge hundreds of dollars and have you sign service contracts. Maher's technicians are trained to not only service our own water care equipment, but most others as well. So if you don't want just any service tech servicing your water equipment, call us at Maher's today.
Welcome to Hahn Printing of Eagle River, northern Wisconsin's largest printer. Print from small to large quantities of all types. 3 full-time graphic designers on staff. Digital on-demand printing. Wide format printing up to 4x8 capabilities. Digital die cutting. Fulfillment. Mailing services. Clothing embroidery. We do it all. Hahn Printing of Eagle River, the only printer you will ever need.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for Spinal Aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Builders Service Incorporated, Elko.
Week 1 of the Derek Chauvin murder trial was cut short this afternoon after a judge sent jurors home a bit early ahead of the Easter weekend. But it was not before they heard some testimony from a homicide detective assigned to the case after George Floyd's death. Jay Gray gives us a closer look.
I do. Homicide investigator Richard Zimmerman, the most senior officer at the Minneapolis Police Department, has reviewed police body cam video and other key elements in the case.
I get called for every death, suspicious death.
Today, led by prosecutors, Zimmerman tells the jury in his 35-plus years as an MPD officer, he's never been trained to put his knee across the neck of a suspect.
Because of the fact that if your knee is on a person's neck, that can kill him.
Especially, he says, if that person is handcuffed and in the prone position, like Floyd was during the confrontation.
They're cuffed. How can they really hurt you, you know?
His assessment of the use of force by Derek Chauvin and other officers that day?
Totally unnecessary.
Good morning, Lieutenant Zimmerman.
On cross-examination, the defense challenges Zimmerman.
It's fair to say that you are not a trainer in the Minneapolis Police Academy relevant to the use of force, correct?
That's correct, yes.
The lieutenant acknowledging he rarely is involved in confrontations in his role as an investigator, that body cams don't show the entire scope of what's happening at the scene, and that the use of force is contingent on the threat perceived by the officer on the ground.
Minneapolis Police Department policy allows a police officer to use whatever means are available to him to protect himself and others, right?
Yes.
The intense back and forth closing out the first week in this high-profile case.
That's Jay Gray reporting. We'll be right back with one final look at your forecast after this break. But first, it's Friday, and Newswatch 12's Chris Baranek has this week's Big Old Fish.
Newswatch 12's Big Old Fish is brought to you by Kurt's Island Sports Shop in Minocqua.
Caught my limit! I see you only snagged one, huh? 2 fish are on there, you bone.
Well, we made it to April, and before you know it, we'll all be putting the boats in the water and getting out to catch some big old fish. But don't worry, we have enough big old fish entries from this past winter to keep us going for a while. Like Mary Jo Maharis from Racine here, who caught this really nice northern pike using a tip-up baited with a sucker minnow on a Price County lake. Now that is one heck of a fish. Way to go, Mary Jo. Next up, we've got 9-year-old Ellery Mills from Pickerel. Now she caught this nice northern pike using a tip-up on a small lake. Now all the line was taken out off of the tip-up, but Ellery didn't give up. She kept pulling and pulling and finally landed this big old fish. Way to go, Ellery, and keep on reeling them in. And keeping with the unofficial theme of northern pikes this week, we go now to Debbie Brass from Argonne, who caught this really nice 34-inch northern. She mentioned that she had a good guide service by her hubby. Well, obviously, because you guys got yourself a big old fish. Way to go, Debbie. All right, fishermen and women, make sure to keep those trophy pictures coming. All the information you need to be in a future episode of Big Old Fish and win a Norling Taxidermy Fish Mount is on our website, WJFW.com. And remember, anglers, fish on.
You have found your soulmate. Now it's time to find the perfect ring. At Golden Carrot Jewelers, you can choose from an extensive selection of engagement and wedding rings. Fresh designs reflecting the most current trends, from organic, art deco, and vintage design to timeless classics in white, yellow, and rose gold. See the new Romance Collection, Lyria and Lumiere Bridal Collections, and new styles from Gabriel New York, Eskashi, and more. Engagements begin here. Will yours? Golden Carrot Jewelers, downtown Minocqua.
Menards has everything you need to update the look and function of your garage. Ideal garage doors provide beauty, comfort, and security for your home. Hook your new door up to a Chamberlain garage door opener. With MyQ technology, you can control and monitor your opener from your smartphone. All Ideal garage doors and Chamberlain openers are 11% off. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Every child, no matter their zip code, should have access to a great public education. As a former teacher and superintendent, I know what it takes. I've led schools to high student achievement, I've expanded preschool, and I've balanced budgets. My opponent has proven she can't be trusted. She tried to cover up a $500,000 school financial scandal. Our kids deserve better. I'm Jill Underly. As state superintendent, I'll always do what's best for our kids.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Look, I know you want to keep ignoring those letters, but the problem isn't going away. It's really stressful, and you don't know where to turn. The good news is you have rights, and we can help eliminate your IRS problems. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, our qualified CPAs, tax negotiators, and support staff know the law and know how to get your situation under control legally and permanently. Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, eliminate IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. You wouldn't go to court without a lawyer, so why face the IRS without an experienced company that can help you? Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now and find out how we can help you.
Hi, I'm Dean Hoger with Miracle-Ear of Rhinelander. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
I'm glad to see Jeff is with us today. If you watched Up North at 4 yesterday, saw he got in a bit of a scuffle with a hodag, which must have been terrifying, Jeff.
It was terrifying. There's a backstory, though. My co-anchor Dan called up the hodag yesterday, and he came in on April Fool's Day and had me for lunch. But I survived the attack, and I'm back here today.
And you have a beautiful weekend to enjoy now that you've recovered.
To report on the great weather coming our way for tomorrow and for Sunday as well. Look outside right now in Plover. The sun is shining. The fountain is on. The water's still probably very cold, but still, I wouldn't go swimming in that quite yet. No. Around the horn, though, 47 in Tomahawk, 50 in Merrill, 52 for Wausau. It's comfy out there, but we're just getting started as we have warmer temperatures on the way, beginning as soon as tomorrow. There is a bit of cloud cover out there now, courtesy of this very narrow band of clouds across just north central Wisconsin. It's going to make for a beautiful sunset around 7:30, but still, it'll get out of here fast tonight, followed by decreasing clouds tomorrow morning, and then then pretty much sunshine off and on all day long tomorrow. So here we are going forward. So tomorrow 64, partly cloudy. Sunday, more clouds, less breezy, mostly cloudy skies, high of 63. Our best chance for rain gets in here on Monday, with not a good chance at all, followed by a slow-moving system Wednesday and Thursday that could bring us some rain then.
But keep in mind, it's only early April.
Early
This
April.
is pretty lucky.
Advertised 45.
Amazing. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. Wheel of Fortune's next. We'll see you back here at 10 with more.